Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Rebecca's Beautiful ASMR Addiction. Thank you so much for joining me while I cover these children's books. This one's called You Are My I Love You. Isn't that a sweet title? Now, all of these books have dust jackets. So, what I mean when I say I'm covering books is I am going to protect these dust jackets so that they may do a better job at protecting the books. It may seem redundant, but libraries have been doing this for ages. Rocket writes a story. Aren't they cute? This little grouping that I got this time are very simple and short for much younger children. So I'm excited about reading these on my channel, The Big Trip. So I will wrap these, but I won't read them right away. So cute. Something to crow about. They have chickens, so I have to get this. Alright, let's begin with something to crow about. I'm going to wrap these toward you, so the sound is going to probably be reversed in your earbuds or whatever listening device. If you have such high-tech earbuds, mine will. I can't tell which direction it's coming from. Okay. When I first started wrapping these books, my goodness, 5 years ago, I had never done it. I had no clue what I was doing when I made a video. I just got an idea of how it was done. Now I'm faster. I can do it more quickly and more deftly than I used to. And I've decided also not to leave so much extra paper on the edges because it's really not necessary. It just needs to cover the cover. I'm covering the cover. Okay, turn this over. And you just fold your paper up so it is in line with the edge of your paper book cover dust jacket. Crease there. You gotta crease your end. Believe it or not, this plastic actually really does hold the fold. And I could probably get away with not taping this, but I feel better about this remaining still while I am putting it back on the book. And that's just something I think I saw it done on the internet that way. Okay, now I'm going to turn it my way. I haven't read bedtime stories in quite a while on my channel, but I want to do it again. Part of the reason is because there are a few moms on my channel that like it for their children, and honestly I don't make very much money on these because I don't get a high amount of views. But I determined before I started my channel, or during the process of having a channel, no, I think it was kind of before too. It's just I didn't know my channel was going to take off when I started it, because I didn't start it for any other reason except to make videos for myself to listen to. And when people started liking and sharing and all that, I was flabbergasted. I didn't intend at all to start a channel. So almost immediately I decided that I would make videos that I loved. And I started taking requests, and that worked out okay. Gave me lots of new triggers and such. But I determined, seriously, that I would be true to myself. And I wouldn't worry very much about how many views I got. But I refuse to do videos that I know will get next to no views, just hardly any. It's not worth my time and trouble, because there is a certain amount of effort and complication in making a video. ASM artists are the least rewarded for their hard work because of the nature of the art, and that is quietness and no advertising. So I only play ads at the beginning of my video, and then YouTube, without my permission, puts ads at the end of them now. What a bummer. But since they started putting ads at the end of videos, I have to tell you honestly, I haven't seen much of an increase at all on my channel because of it. So I wonder if they're taking all the revenue, and that just sucks, honestly. So a lot of artists rely on other factors, I guess, of making money via their channel, but I don't do advertising. I don't do promotionals on my channel, except for Fabula Coffee. I just don't like doing it. So, I don't know why I went on that tangent. Oh yes, I was talking about reading bedtime stories. It's just something that I personally totally love. Bedtime stories. The crinkling of the dust jacket. And since I like to cover the books, I always just share when I do it. I think there's a few of you who really like these sounds, but I love them, love them. And it's fun to do. It's fun to do, honestly. So, that reminds me. If you have books with dust jackets that you want to get protected and covered, go to Amazon and you can find, I can tell you the brand that I get. It's called Broad Art, BRODART, Broad Art book covers, dust jacket covers. You can put any of those words in there. I'll try to remember to put a link in descriptions. I hope y'all had a nice Easter. When my kids were little, we made a big production of it. When I was little, my parents did too. But I never really thought about what my parents did on Easter when I was busy raising my kids, because I didn't live near them at the time, or most of the time. If we were there, we would all get together, but I lived away from home while I raised my children. My parents were in California, and I was in Montana for a lot of those years. But now that I don't have, see, my grandchildren are much closer to me now that I live in California, but they're still a day and a half drive away in Montana, and here I am in California. So, you know, I have to be prepared to go all out with making Easter baskets and sending them all the way to Montana. And last year when I did that, oh my word, the shipping costs about made me faint. It was astronomical. That's part of the reason why I decided not to send them this year and just didn't make them. And part of it due to the fact that we had a very rough couple of months between us both having COVID, and this is for ladies only, I guess I can tell you. I ran out of hormone replacement therapy pills when I had COVID, and I could not get them renewed because the urgent care center and the doctors were all telling me it's been too long since the last time you've seen us, so we can't refill that right now. Oh my word, I was so upset. I went a month without my hormones. My hot flashes came back with a vengeance. And let me tell you, the symptoms of menopause crashes, moodiness, weight gain. What else? I felt like I was a mess. I have had a rough 2 months, you guys. COVID, and then when I started getting well from COVID, I caught the worst cold. And I felt like I was trapped indoors for more than a month. I was still able to make videos, fortunately, but I did them barely. And my husband took over all the housework because he got well more quickly than I did. And he was cooking me my meals. It was crazy. And then the hormone imbalance, and let me tell you, I've been a mess. Well, happy to report that my brother, who is a doctor, physician's assistant, was able to get me the pills I needed until I get to see my doctor. And the reason why that is such a challenge is because our town has a super shortage of medical professionals. And I will say this as rather an advertisement if you're still listening. Last I heard, and I think it's still true, Susanville, the town of Susanville, is offering $100,000 forgiveness of school loans, school debts, if you will bring your medical practice to our town. So if you're a doctor and you would like to live in the wilderness, I think they're doing it for nurses too. I'm not absolutely sure about that. Nurse practitioners anyway. Come move to Susanville. We need doctors. And that's why I couldn't get in to see a doctor, because there was no one to see until May. Late May is when I'm going to see a doctor, so they can prescribe me more hormone replacement therapy. My word, I don't know, just doesn't seem right. So many things going on in our country right now, and I don't want to talk politics, but our healthcare system is not what it used to be. So, I'm better. And I'm a chatterbox today because I had a little bit of caffeine. So you get what you get. Blah, 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 blah. Police officer patrol. I barely gave a glance to this book when I purchased it. I think I got it from the Goodwill. Yeah, there's a sticker on the book still. Anyway, whenever I see a very colorful and well illustrated book with a dust jacket, I snatch that thing up because one, if the illustrations are good, then I'm pretty sure the story's going to be really good. But the dust jacket just increases the value of the book automatically. So, I don't even know why they make books without dust jackets anymore. Cut costs, maybe, but these are just great. If it has a dust jacket, it's just more valuable. And that usually means that the book has been taken care of and is relatively clean. All of those things, all of the above. And so, It will be nice. It will be nice. About a week or so ago, a gal requested a Goodwill video. Speaking of Goodwill, because I've done a couple of videos there, but she requested that I do a Goodwill video, and I said no. And you know, I just got through saying that I would remain true to myself, and I do. But the Goodwill videos that I have up on my channel, if you happen to be a fan of those videos, I don't make a single penny or dime or dollar on those videos. And that is because Goodwill has this absolutely crazy notion that everybody wants music drowning out their whole experience when they're at the store. And then as soon as I start filming, it's like I can't even hear myself think. And then sure enough, copyright strike on my video, because you can hear every line and every lyric in the song. And Goodwill just happens to play music, as it happens, that is very sensitive to copyright. I can't win. I just can't win. So I'm not going to do a Goodwill video. I'm not going to do all that work and make not a dime. Not a dime. Not even a penny. So I'm so sorry. If we could just get to corporate and ask them for some quiet hours like Walmart has. I'm so excited to find out that Walmart has quiet hours from 8 to 10 in the morning. If Goodwill would do that too, I'd be so happy. Maybe I should write to them. I should write to Goodwill Corporate and ask them for quiet hours. Oh my gosh, I could tell them Walmart's doing it and they could do it too. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Everybody write to Goodwill Corporate and ask. Don't tell them why. Just tell them that you don't like the music and that it stresses you out. That's what I'm gonna do. Everybody write to Goodwill. Not your local chapter, but the corporate. Okay, I think this is our last book. I mean, even apart from making money or not at Goodwill or making a video or not, I don't like that music. I mean, I love the music they're playing, honestly. I just don't like it being so loud when I'm there. It's aggravating. It's stressful. I mean, if you choose to go to a party, that's your choice, and the music's going to be loud. But shopping? Come on. One time, years and years ago, it's just the kind of person I am. I never shop at these name brand stores. I've never had the money, first of all, but it's never been a priority to have new posh clothes. But I went to a clothing store. I can't remember the name of it. But the employees, it's a clothing store, the employees are all dressed to the nines. They are all fantastically good looking, men and women. And there's like a fragrance in the store. I wish I could remember the name of it, darn it. Oh, I just remembered. It's Abercrombie and Fitch. Clothes are fantastic. Granted, that's true. But the music about drove me out of the store. Not because of the kind it was, but because it was so incredibly loud. So between volume and fragrance and outstandingly gorgeous people, I was just like, this country bumpkin is getting the heck out of here. Can't even relate. I couldn't relate. Okay, so no offense, anybody. I am sure that that store is fantastic on its own value for what it's worth, you know, but I was not at home there. Strange. And, you know, I'm just a grandma now, and, you know, grandmas always just kind of grow out of the loop. I stayed up on and knew all about the popular music and everything all the way into my mid-50s, I think. And then at that point, I just craved peace and quiet more than I did the exciting rock and roll and all of that. So I thought, I'm never going to grow into an old fart. And what did I do? I turned into an old granny fart. Just, you know, it seems like it's inevitable. But I like old granny farts. I liked them when I was younger, too. I know it's true that most people, when they get older, they become wiser. And that is something that happened to me through my life experience. But I guess it's not a rule. There's a lot of people, I see it on the internet, there's a lot of grannies out there that are just, they're styling. It's all happening. You know, just like going, yeah, not me. I am almost done here. I decided to put just regular Scotch tape on these covers because I think it's just a less harsh sound, but it's also that much more removable and doesn't damage the inside of the book, so I like it. It'll stay on without a lot of adhesive. Let's go ahead and put the rubber bands back on. Do a little bit of cleanup here. Easter was very joyous for me because I had a relative staying with me, and we did that Easter egg hunt for the adults. Lots of jelly beans. something to crow about. Looks good. The big trip. That's going to be pretty. I like it. Look at that one. What's interesting is I really have no idea what these books are about. So I'm looking forward to reading these. Police Officer Patrol. See, these illustrations are just really pretty. Colorful. Oh my goodness. Look at the colors on this one. Rocket writes a story. So cute. Very simple. Before I covered these books, I read all the titles out loud to my husband, but I formed them into a sentence. And it just turned out so cute, so funny. He laughed. He thought it was so cute. Especially the sentence, "You are my I love you." So I'm going to have something to crow about on my big trip. Something like that. Anyway, you guys, thank you for joining me. We're all finished, and I'll see you in the